It is a great honor and a privilege to introduce Rachel Rubin. Your maiden name was Dremer, and we're here in your beautiful home in Renana in Israel. And Rachel, you were born in 1931.
Yeah, I think I'm maybe the last, maybe is one woman too, from the camp from Bergen, Belsen. I'm the last, and I get 3 letters to came to Bergen, Belsen, but I can't.
That's hard.
I don't want.
Rachel, in which town were you born?
Bersana, you can see, that is, in this time was Hungary, and after the war is Romania.
And here you have a picture of your family.
That is in the time from Hungary.
And Rachel, who is in the picture? In this picture?
That is my father, and that is I.
This is your...
And my little brother. That picture was with my brother by the army. And that is the only picture that I have. And we went out to make that in the snow, you see? Out.
And Rachel, where is your mother in the picture?
My mother was little...
They were very religious.
Here. Yeah. And she don't wear the scheitel. You know what is scheitel? Because my brother asked us to go out quickly, and she put only something on the. And
Rachel, who else is in the picture? Here's Yaakov.
Yeah, that is my brother Yaakov. Only not had not the bar mitzvah.
And Michal? And
that is my brother, but we have another pictures here.
And this is your Sarah?
My sister, and that is the sister. And my brother was a soldier in the army and came to visit us, and so suddenly and the street went on with in this time and make pictures and ask us quickly comes out to make a picture.
And this is the only picture you have, Rachel?
That is the only picture that I have.
So your parents were very religious. You came from a very religious family.
Yeah, look.
You can see.
Where I have, look, that is my brother and my husband. Yeah, I'm coming from a religion.
And Rachel, what is the earliest memories? What do you remember as a little child from your family?
I read so much, but not in English, I can't.
But what do you remember? What do you remember growing up?
All. And
remember growing up, do you remember going to the shul, or do you remember the chagim?
I remember, but before 2 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks, we speak together with my 2 sons and friends, and I told them that was SS in the camp, and called to me Maxel. You don't know what is Maxel. And my son looks in the looks to find what is Maxel in Hebrew, and he find something very, very, that all we was in the room, there was something that was a name for a good girl. Come, he called me, she or who, he.
Yes.
Every time, but a little bread I don't get from her. And my son found that she calls me always. I was the youngest girl there in camp. And that is very a long story, but this is in English too.
No, you're doing amazing, Rachel.
No,
Rachel,
English is very
no,
hard
Rachel,
to-
you're amazing. But Rachel, can I just ask, when you were growing as a little girl in your home, was it a very loving home? You were very happy?
Oh. But from home I have only that.
This picture, and
Only that, and oh no, that is from the school here. Maybe drink your coffee.
Rachel, can I ask what?
Drink your
Rachel,
coffee.
what do you remember?
No.
What do you remember about growing up in your home? Your parents. What did your father do? Was your father a rabbi?
No, not the rabbi, but I think like the people are going to Oman, they was also once in the year, friends together went to Oman.
Were they
Not a new man, I don't know the name.
Were they Hasidic, your family?
Yeah, and I remember when we built a new home, a new castle. You see, that was our castle. No, that was our castle at home.
This is your home?
Home, okay. Yeah, that is our home when I went to visit with the children. Maybe I have another.
No, this is very good, Rachel. This is still the home that you...
That is the home, our home, Rika. Maybe here can be seen. Here you can also see. That is very, was very nice, and the only until now is that.
That's all that remained.
Yeah, and we went there sometimes. Look, here I am in the hospital after the war. But when the war finished, I was 26 kilo.
26 kilo.
Yeah.
Oh, Rachel, can I ask you, can I just ask you, Rachel, in your home, when you grew up, with your sisters, you were very close. You were all together very close. You were close with your sisters. You had a...
No, they dead.
No, but before the war.
We was all together.
All together.
And I must tell, we cannot in English all but I want to tell you. That was every time the rich people in Germany what had fabric from, I don't know what fabric, and every time they come and took people, women, we wasn't in a water, so brecha, and they took the the bigger, stronger people to the work, and they don't took me. I was in Auschwitz 10 weeks, and in the end they come and took my two sisters and an aunt, 26-year-old, and I believe in the water, and there was also a woman with two children like me, and she said that was Chevel. Tarimi et Chevel. I saw your when you the sister went your Prida, and Tarimi Tachevet will go run after your sister, and I'm going because she had also two children like me, and I'm here.
Rachel, can I ask you, do you remember when the Germans came?
I remember all.
What happened?
I read in the book all.
What happened when you were taken? Were you taken to the ghetto first?
Also, she writes here, not much, not so good. We will prepare that.
This is the picture when...
Yeah, that is from Auschwitz. You know, I visit with my husband in Budapest, in the museum where is the big big Knesset.
The big show.
No, big Knesset.
The synagogue.
Synagogue in Budapest. That come the Romanian consul and take for me a picture. I had a arm broken, and he put that and take for him.
Wow.
That is the Stockholm. That is in Sweden.
That was after the war.
After the war, he came to visit.
But Rachel, how did you get to this?
Until now, that was the last. But I true that maybe they are Jew, but we don't speak about that.
But how did they come to?
You know.
This is a picture. How old were you in this picture, Rachel?
How old? That here I am 30 years old.
13.
15. I went there in school, and I get the dress till my birthday, and I think maybe she was a Jew, but Protestant.
And what were they? Do you know their names?
I think maybe from Germany, but she don't talk. After that, I have so much picture, and that I have we write us with.
Rachel, do you remember their name?
Yeah, he was here, visit us.
What was his name?
Ruth. That is Ruth, and she had a friend also, Ruth.
And the man?
That was also Hansen, and she had a brother. What is yours? Coffee called?
And Rachel, can I ask? And how did you get to see them? What happened?
That here is a picture, was a doctor and an old doctor, and I was the youngest in the whole, and he said, you know, you must have a little warm. Maybe they come to see us like in the garden from monkeys. And she said she get to make for me a dress. Where is the dress?
Okay.
And I found, but I don't speak with her, and put here the address. And when I get out, we couldn't go out because we was from the Holocaust, and all people are sick Swedish. I'm speaking until now Swedish. And I went to say thank you for the death, but speak we couldn't. That was on dog, and so I play with the dog, and that was every time the doctor said, he speaks Germany, old man. We have also in the book, you must have a little warm and try to go. I had my teacher in the school. I went in the Swedish school, only a Jew I was.
So this is after the war?
That is after the war.
After the war?
Yeah, but that I can't tell you what was in the war.
So Rachel...
Because my English is not...
No, your English is amazing.
No.
Rachel, can I just ask, what happened when you were taken to Auschwitz? Were you taken
no,
with the whole family?
That is also that what I tell you, that they don't want to take me to the work.
But how did you get to Auschwitz? Do you remember going on the train? Did you go on the train to Auschwitz?
No, with my family we arrived in the train, and we went down.
But before you went on the train, were you taken to the ghetto?
No, we was in Auschwitz 10 weeks, and then there we went to Mengele, took me here and sent me to the mother, and my mother died 10 days before we went to in the ghetto. And that was, all people there was so kanayim. She died before she came into Auschwitz. And in Auschwitz was Mengele, you know. Take me here and to the mother. Same to me, to the mother. And I was so naive, and see, I haven't mother. And I ran back to my sister. Then my little brother, here you see that he has bread in you can see here sack bread.
This is your brother?
Yeah, that is my little brother. Only a year.
He was younger. He was just 1 year younger than you. how old was your brother?
He was younger than me a year and a little.
And how old were you when you got to Auschwitz?
I was 12 and a half year.
12 and a half.
Yeah. And my brother, when he was with my father, but he ran to me and give me a little bread and say me, Ruchele, be with the sister together. He was very clever. He was red hair. You know, the red hair, they are more clever. And said, be with the sisters. And that was until they came and don't take me, but the woman helped me. And I ran after the sisters. Here I have I wasn't dressed, nothing. The bread was here, and I called. They was not so far from me. I called to them. I'm here.
Hey, Rachel.
That was very, very. And then I worked there, and on night, the Aberon, the
aeroplane.
Yeah, I don't know the Russian or the America or the English. I think there was more English because the English soldiers.
Rachel, can I ask you, who took the picture?
This is Auschwitz.
It's an amazing picture. How did you get the picture?
I tell you, I went to Budapest with a group, and my that is my husband there, and I with the group I was. All people went out, and I see my brother with the bread.
In the picture?
In the picture, and I stay, all people went out. I stay and cannot go out.
And this is a picture of your brother when you got to Auschwitz. This is when you arrived.
Yeah, we arrived in Auschwitz. We arrived 2:00, and then we went for Mengele until in morning 8:00, and to make selection. And when I came home and I tell that his pictures in Budapest, my brother, my another son went and took also the pictures from Auschwitz.
This is amazing.
My son, after I arrived home, he ran quickly to Budapest to make more pictures.
So you can see it very clearly, your brother. It's amazing and you never knew, before you went, you never knew that this picture existed.
No. And after that, I went to Yad Vashem in Jerusalem, and I get the original picture they have in Jerusalem, they have a book with all pictures. That is the original picture. But Yad Vashem gave me.
This is amazing. Wow, Rachel, this is so... With your brother, it looks...
Yeah, that is the original.
This is as you arrived. Wow.
Yeah. And now, here came on, I had two, when I had time, the people come to me to tell them to learn. Look, they come to me 30 years. He now finished doctor, and he university, and how they write to me a letter. And the mothers come to me, say, you don't know what you give for my daughters. You can understand, Rachel Aikara, זרינו ללמוד ממך את מה ששום בית ספר לא יכול ללמוד.
No school can teach what you've done.
Isn't a school that can teach what you teach them? ואנחנו מאוד גאות לחיות המיידלך שלכם. When they went to Poland, I buy for them mezuzah to Auschwitz, and I put every time the mezuzah. Look, they write so nice.
It's so beautiful. Rachel, it's so beautiful.
But you know, I have, here's my brother, a soldier.
This is your older brother?
Yeah.
And
here we have in the book now. And
your older brother, did he say?
You know what we make? We had the Amcha. We make for the Amcha Pesach. Look, my husband and I get flour after that. We make for them in the Amcha Seder Pesach.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Rachel, can I ask you?
And you know, they make me
This is the picture.
A picture from my sisters that Germany makes me after the war surprise a little. Matzeva, and they invited me to, and now.
And where is the matzeva?
That is in Germany.
In Germany.
Yeah, in the camp we were. Where is the?
So Rachel, can I?
You see, here is the invited for 5 days. That is in Ibrit.
It's from the
three letters they sent me to come, but I don't go more. After I see how that was in Sweden, I will not go.
Rachel, can I ask you, if you can, your brother who was the soldier?
Yeah, by the Hungary.
Well, what happened to your brother, Rachel?
My brother is dead, but I ask my nechta that I will have my brother's first letter, he through that not I am in life. I write to the Red
The Red Cross?
Karen, and I don't know how I could that make in Bergen, Belsen after the war, but I don't get answer, and then I Yadati.
Then you knew?
That I have an uncle here in Israel from before the war.
So, Rachel, can I just ask you, when you got to Auschwitz, did you went with your father was with you? Abba, your father was with you when you got to Auschwitz?
Yeah, my father went in the Koran with us. We went 3 days in Koran. We haven't water.
This was in the...
And my father drink urine. And he, through that we don't see. We was in the Koran.
This was in the cattle truck, in the train.
Oh, that the people dead in Koran. And we haven't air and not water. The people the people was work with the Koran, ask for us money and gold. You see, I have nothing. Gold. I seek the gold and I not take the gold. But I have, you know what I have?
For the key, sure. But Rachel,
not gold.
Not gold. Rachel, so from your family, the only...
For my family...
Who went to Auschwitz in the family?
For my family, after the war, you know that my sisters died in Bergen, Belsen. The sisters.
Both sisters?
2 sisters and an aunt I had.
And what happened to your brother, who was a soldier?
My father, I heard that he was young, 30 years. He works in Auschwitz, and one day he went and said, I can't more. And he was a strong man and a soldier, and that I heard from on neighbor. That was the father.
And your brother, the soldier?
And for my brother, I couldn't know nothing. And they was soldiers then, and the Jews was separate, not with the Christian, the Jewish boy. And some boys, Jewish, they ran away before the wars Nigmar.
Before it was finished.
Finished in the gardens there in the country, and they waited until the Russian come there, and the Russian also would to shoot them, and they call, we are Jewish, don't call. And they was 9 boys, and they went in our, we had a big house, and they went to my brother, and he take the woman what was what works by us, and on day comes boys not from our country, and said to the woman, 6 o'clock, don't be in the house, we zorkim.
We throw.
Bombo. And that was not 6 o'clock. They was in the garden, and they saw. Then my brother said, I'm going from here. And you know, before 2 weeks, I get from there in the Facebook, if I want to sell the house. And I see I have a house. My husband is dead, and I have also a kever. I only marim את האבן ואני לא צריכה, וזה פעמיים.
But what happened to your brother, Rachel?
That is, how was with my brother, the Red...
the Red Cross?
Don't say nothing. But I remember when I was little that my uncle is here, and that was very funny that in February they eat tiras. ואני הייתי ילדה, אמרתי, מה בפברואר תירס? I also try with the Red Cross, and I don't get the answer. And when I had little money, I write a letter, the name, and not more. And that came in the Bet Knesset, but there the people knows who is Michael Dremer, and he get my letter. And what was, he don't believe that I am
alive,
and he write me Sarah, that is the name was the name from my sister, and in another language that is sister only, and I can't not. I cry so much. How can I sing that is Rachel, not Sarah, the sister? And that was very, very, very difficult. And he arrived to France because he married in Austria, and the family from the wife went to America. They was 5, and he said, I cannot להשאיר.
I can't stay.
My little, אם אלוהים נתן לי מתנה,
if God gave me a present,
give me a present, a little sister, I don't go to America.
Wow.
Okay, and he that is. Yeah.
And that is
But
your...
no, it wasn't so. After the daughter married with a boy from Bnei Barak, he make that, and the wife said, in the night I will cut kosher fast.
So this, and his name, this is...
Yechiel.
Yechiel.
כן. אוי, זה משהו מאוד מעניין.
And what happened to Michiel?
Yechiel, after that, he was in Paris, and I was in Marseille. I went it.
And you met him, you...
The guy, I came to here, and he arrived in Shabbat in the evening to Paris because the wife had an uncle in Paris, and all the family meet there in Paris, and after that they went to America. And my brother was in Austria and Österreich and came to Paris, and they went. He but I see, I don't,
He didn't go?
Yeah. And then I was in Sweden too.
Can I ask, what happened to Yaakov?
Yaakov, crematorium.
Oi.
Yeah.
So your younger brother Yaakov, who's in the picture...
Crematorium, yes.
So here's Yaakov.
Yeah. Crematorium.
Oi. So Yaakov, this was the last picture before he went to the crematorium?
Yeah, that is the original picture, what I get from Yad Vashem.
And this is just before he was taken to the crematorium?
Yeah, they arrived in Auschwitz, when we arrived. The first day we arrived in Auschwitz.
And Yaakov gave you the bread? He gave you a bit of bread? Yaakov gave
bread, yeah. And he said, tea with the sisters.
And then he was taken to the crematorium. Oh, it's so sad, Rachel.
Yeah. The name from Yaakov I have, that is the name from the father. The name from the father was Yitzchak, and the name from the wife, the father, was also Yitzchak, and so we make...
And
yeah.
Rachel, can I ask you, do you remember Mengele?
Mengele?
You remember him?
Yeah, he took me here, and makes me to the mother, go to your mother. And I see that I haven't a mother, because my mother died
before,
and haven't nothing. You see, תחת הספה יש מצבה קטנה לפני קורונה, before corona. We wanted to go and to put on there is a grandfather, and I put a little, here we go to the cemetery. Oh, look, I put that because that is the Saba. We found the Saba. I don't remember.
And where is the cemetery, Rachel? It's in your town. This is in your town that you were born.
Yeah. That, and we have here. We don't know where my mother
Is buried.
because that was the last. And the children couldn't go to see, and we make here is a little Messiah we want to put, but when the corona was, we couldn't.
And Rachel, when you came to Auschwitz and you saw Mengele,
No,
were you scared when you saw him? What is your impressions of Mengele? Was he?
that was so quickly. Oh.
It happened very quick. And you couldn't say goodbye to your brother?
No, my brother was a soldier, far from...
No, with Yaakov.
No, Yaakov. When we arrived in Auschwitz, we separated the men and the women. And I wasn't big, and he said, go to the mother. The mother, they went to crematorium, all the old mothers.
And Rachel, did they put a number on your, did you?
But we, the Hungary, we come later.
It was very late.
Again. But here, you see, here, when they make me in Germany, they make me
See, here's a picture of you.
I don't know how I had the kavod.
The honor.
That they make only for me. Here is a Polish.
Wow.
Yeah, here is a Polish. I wasn't so glad, but she said, here is a picture. She said to me, look. She said, I'm coming five hours from Berlin by my bar, and he bring me flower.
It's amazing, sure.
And then by my children went also, not once.
And Rachel, can I ask you, what do you remember about Auschwitz? When you were in Auschwitz, what do you remember?
From?
In Auschwitz, what do you remember?
From Auschwitz?
Auschwitz.
From Auschwitz, all.
You remember they shaved your hair?
Better. I have nothing. I remembered when we arrived, we must took all, and that was very nice girls, and they said, stay in front, do have nothing, do are young, and there was very nice girls and James, and put me in front. We wasn't dressed.
And Rachel, what did you have to eat?
To eat, they give us for four. We was four. The aunt was 26 years, and we was three sisters. And we get a bed, and the aunt was took the bread and give for all, for us a little bread. And ons, my sister, big sister, was very hungry, and took a bis. You know what is bis? Then my aunt took us and said, Kinderlach, we must make for all the separate. Until there we eat together, but because Ruchala, you know, here there was in hospital they make me, after I came to Sweden, I wanted to see through the window little children. I know how old I was. And I fell down and broke my arm.
But Rachel, can I ask, when you were in Auschwitz, you were with your two sisters. You were with your sisters in Auschwitz.
In Auschwitz,
with
yeah.
Your sisters.
Yeah. And we was also we work. I work harder and day. Because I work in the night, on weekend night, on weekend day.
And what type of work did you do?
But I do something for Aviron.
For the aeroplanes?
And they stay and stop how I work. And once in the night I fall down. The pamayim. Twice they make me meal. And I couldn't in the night work hard so, and I couldn't eat the soup in the night. It was from I don't know. I bring for my sisters. I see my sisters also. We was also 2 weeks together because I work in the night.
And the work was outside Auschwitz?
6. No, that was in another place. That was far from Auschwitz. That was near to Bergen, Belsen. There was many factories.
And did your sisters work there as well? Your sisters also worked?
Yes, they worked, but I'm working harder and I work also in the night. And fall down, and the assassin, he took water and leave with the shaniakum.
That you should wake up?
Yeah, and they take me 6 kilometers, the girls, to take to the camp there, and I was there until I was little.
But Rachel, you were only 12 and a half when you You were
yeah,
maybe the youngest.
And I couldn't eat all what they gave me. In the night I couldn't eat.
Were there any other children the same age as you? Did you see any
I
other
was the
girls?
youngest.
You were the youngest.
And the assassins called me Maxel. And now found out my son what is Maxel. And when I heard what is Maxel, I think that Maxel is a little cat, a little... No, that was Maxel חיבה. אתה יודע מה זה חיבה? ככה. ואני שמעתי את זה.
And you heard this?
אני קיבלתי היסטריקה. כן. in the war that I get name not like the others. Why? And she said, and she asked me to cab her.
Wow.
And call me Maxwell. And 80 on year I couldn't know what is Maxwell. I have no lexicon.
Yeah, like a diary. It's a dictionary.
Yeah, but I don't find. But no, my son find that in telephone we can find.
And how long were you in Auschwitz? For how long were you there?
I was there until end from the war, and then I sat in the not street, in the middle from the street, and come a car and take us to the rakevet.
To the train?
ומעבורת זה סירה, והייתה שם אחת אנגליה קצינה.
It was English. But when did you go to Bergen Belsen? When did you go to Bergen Belsen?
When I arrived in Bergen Belsen,
yeah.
That is the end in Bergen Belsen.
So from
I went also Marsh, Sadat Hamavet.
But from Auschwitz, they took you to Bergen Belsen?
No, they took many. When the Russians comes and took all the fabric, and we was down, and for us it wasn't Lokaraklum.
Nothing happened?
וכל המפעל הלך. באו אססים, לקחו אותנו למחנה, איפה שהחיות שלי, כי הפציצו אווירונים.
So the SS took you to, did they send you to Bergen Belsen?
No, took us, where we worked there, that was special for the people. We work by day and by night.
And your sisters were there as well? Your sisters were also working there?
Yeah, but they was only on day, and I was in the night also.
So, right.
I remember once it was a girl and took a potato. Potato. And we must stay, and the SS put so from 8 kh, and we stay in snow that was, and to look how she will shoot her, because she take a potato.
And did they shoot her?
Shoot her. And we must stay and look that. We not to do.
Because she took a potato, they killed her?
Yeah.
The SS killed her because she took a potato?
Okay.
And you saw it, you witnessed?
I was lucky that I don't eat so much. Yeah. You see.
Rachel, can I ask?
Look, that is here I went here in school.
But Rachel, I want to ask you before, when did you get to Bergen Belsen?
When I get
to Bergen Belsen, when did you arrive?
After after I worked there, that is the last station in Bergen.
How did you get there? Did you...
By foot.
You had to
We went from January until März. We went by train and snow. The train was open. Ons was, and we went by the train, and there was we was in a no. No. Wald, weißt du, was der Wald?
Ja.
And zwar, they separate the train, and we believe for a night, and was snow, and tomorrow they come and take us from that. And so we went from January, from 1st January until März, we arrived to Bergen, Belsen. And we arrived to Bergen, Belsen. Oh, how many time they take. I arrived there, and there come a girl, not a Jewish girl, and took me to go to bring a chim le ash.
A wood, the wood for the
and
fire.
And take me and cut. We arrived only, and we arrived by foot so much. Days, months, you know, my food is in the winter is not good. That is too not cold, too warm my food, boer. I read all in the.
And can I ask, Rachel, when you got to Bergen Belsen, were you with your sisters?
With my sisters.
Both
and
your sisters.
The sister, the sister.
It's,
here. That sister. Only he could be with me. He was.
That was Sarah.
The sister. She wanted more to eat, and she couldn't move it to where I was, and we was together. And the aunt also, I can't only see but she make to the for the.
And Rachel, what happened to?
And that is my. Oh, sure. With that, I came here.
But I want to ask you, Rachel, about Bergen Belsen. What do you remember about the camp? Did you see a lot of? It was terrible. Did you see a lot of?
Bergen Belsen, we don't work nothing.
But did you see a lot of dead bodies?
To the eye there. Only typhus was there.
There was typhus.
Typhus, and I get from on my SS here. You see?
Yeah.
Here I went to bring a little water from what was outside, from the Regen, and I took a little water and come to me SS and give me so much blood.
Just because you took water? And Rachel, did you see the bodies on the dead people and dead bodies in Bergen Belsen? It was a lot of people died. There were a lot of people
believed that. Then when the war was finished, came the SS and took out the people, the dead people. And the sister I likes more than that. And she was like behind here he was. And she was dead, and 2
She
days I keep her with me. Yeah.
You saw her die? You saw her die? You saw her,
She dies, and she was dying, and the woman said to me, then was the assassins that was finished the war, the assassins come to take out. And 2 days I keep my sister, I take my shayar,
it's a
and
jacket,
I
a coat.
put here
A coat.
not to take my sister. I believe that was, but I couldn't.
This is your sister Sarah.
That sister. And she had typhus in the deep. We asked a little water, and I went. That was water, it was snow. That was an out, not.
And it was Bergen, was it terrible? Bergen-Belsen, it was terrible.
Metu sham zvuvim. Metu kulam.
They died like flies. And what did they give you food to eat? Did you have any food?
I don't eat, but my oldest sister eat the food and get. And
so she, because she ate the food.
Here wasn't a place to eat alive.
And then she also.
Loof.
And then she died. This was.
She died and another died. Yeah.
And how long were you in Bergen-Belsen? How long were you in Bergen-Belsen?
How long? I fall down. I went when I could. I came in Bergen-Belsen. We was in when the Engländer they was here, and that was a woman every day. She makes me in the morning so and put me a little blue perach.
A flower.
And I begin to learn.
So, Rachel, can I ask you, do you remember when it was liberated?
I remember all.
You remember when the war was finished and Bergen-Belsen was liberated?
Came.
And you remember the British?
How cold.
You remember when they came inside?
Came. As my sister was still alive and said to me, Ruchele, went to go. I went to how the army is coming to make us better the life.
And the sister that was Hendel.
Hendel was the biggest.
And she was still alive?
No, then she was. Then the SS come and take out take out also
Sarah.
And put on the out from the door, and then it's coming. That I remember good. The SS come with a big auto and
car.
put the dead people in the auto, and the SS must hold the auto and go with the auto, not go, ella לרוץ אחרי האוטו.
To run after.
זה היה ככה טוב בשבילי. נקמה.
Wow.
קצת.
A bit of revenge.
כן, שאני ראיתי שהם רצים אחרי, מחזיקים את האוטו ורצים. בפנים באוטו היה אמצים, וזה היה...
Wow. And Rachel, what do you remember when it was liberated? When the war ended, what do you remember?
הרציג. איפה הרציג? פה.
You with President Herzog?
I'm speaking with Herzog, with the son, and I tell him he was in the army, a Jewish rabbi, and he come to us and sing with the people at Tikva.
You remember?
But I couldn't stay. I was down. I couldn't stay. And we have in Amuta the cassette, but he is singing. I tell him, look, I show him and there is my son.
This is in the wow.
Here,
with
here
President
in Yerushalayim. I was invited to him, and I was invited to a candle and make some that I don't like, but my son made that.
And Rachel, how did you feel when it was liberated, when the war was ended?
I don't feel nothing, but I cannot understand how I had courage to look after the uncle here in Israel, and look after my brother, and I write to a neighbor from home to ask. I חשבתי.
You thought?
I threw. My father was a soldier, and my grandfather was a soldier, and I write to a woman, but I remember that my mother had not a Jewish woman, a Christian, to ask if someone come.
Wow.
I had but I look how my brother don't do that, but I was younger.
You were very courageous. You were amazing. You were courageous.
I try, and I don't understand how I make that. To write to Umot Haoma, to read
the Red Cross? To the Red Cross?
Okay.
Wow. And Rachel, how did you go to Sweden? How did you arrive in Sweden?
They talk. That was a woman from the English army, not Stammer woman, a Ktsina.
She was like
every
officer.
day I tell you that he makes me and say...
This was from the British Army?
British. And she began me to learn English. Again, Samalipo, Perach.
She put a flower...
I was the youngest there.
So you were 13.
Because Mengele don't give me to leave.
But Rachel, when you were in Bergen Belsen and you were liberated, you were 13 years old?
30 years, yeah.
13?
Here, make them 30 years.
30 years old. And how did you get to Sweden?
They said who can go, but I couldn't. I was in the street and came a machine and took me to the station from Namal.
For a port?
A port to cross the river to come to Sweden.
You went on a boat that went to Sweden. And did you go with
And where they are put me, an English soldier, where is the baggage? I was only 26 kilo. And I remember I get a little chocolate there for an English soldier. And then I came to Sweden, and the first day I see children, and I wanted to speak with him, and I couldn't, and then I go off a chair and I fall and broke my arm, and I couldn't. I don't know. No, I went alone. I don't have some.
You were by yourself, all by yourself?
Only myself. And I cry in the night because it was, and come to me a young woman, and she went to, I don't know where, and they took me in the night in hospital.
This is in Sweden?
Yeah.
In which town? Do you remember which town you were?
No, that after Bergen Belsen, not after. And
this is when you...
That is what I arrived to Sweden, and the Romanian consul, they asked, that is a place where Hungary owns Romania. Wanted to take a picture and put me here, not only the face, and give me a covered present at a little. That is my brother. I wanted to show what who gave me. And I make me a sweater. I remember that my grandmother said me, if you make so quickly, you can make all. I make that.
You made it yourself?
I make hats, and that was. And when I came here, I haven't nothing. I married, and my husband had only a friend of my husband married with my uncle's daughter, and so I went a student here in Israel.
Rachel, how long did you stay in Sweden?
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
And this non-Jewish family, they took you in. They helped you. This non-Jewish family.
Yeah. Oh, that was many someone to take me.
Really?
Many, they hadn't children, and I had many. Look, how many.
Wow.
I
I know.
I speak in the. I spoke in the for
Rachel,
the people.
were they good to you? Were they good?
40. No, after. Look, here I wanted to begin to make askara. Only I, woman. Look,
You're the only. Sure.
that is my husband. But I wanted to arrange to make, and he don't agree to be with women together. Okay.
Rachel, can I ask, how did you get to these people? How did you know to go to them?
Him come to us there in hospital to look of us like
Like a zoo. Wow.
Yeah. We asked, oh, that is here. Here is my second apartment.
Oh, Rachel.
Here is my...
For many years, not now. For
No.
It's still many
but
years.
Look, here I'm more than 80.
It's amazing. And Rachel, when you got to Sweden, where did you? Were you in Malmo or which?
Örebro. I was very, very popular. The teacher make me a nice meil parva.
Like a jacket. And did you have friends? Did you make any friends?
Oh, many. And they come to visit me here.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
the first, what they asked me, if my uncle is still in life, because he was the reason that I came.
Wow.
And the teacher wanted also. In Shabbat, we had always we write with not with ככה, איך אומרים? דיו. אז היא אמרה, Rosie is Jewish, she don't
wow.
do any. When we make this our, Rosie is sitting on the, that was the piano, and bring me many journalim, and Rosie sit there because she don't write on Shabbat.
Were there other Jewish children as well?
They are others, not like now. They liked them, us. Then came to help us here, the Swedish publicum, and now is afuch.
I know. But when you were there, did you have any? You didn't have family. You were by yourself. You were alone.
I was so. They bring the good friends, and I was very popular there, and I learned very quickly Swedish. I'm speaking like English,
In Swedish. And you still remember it.
In Hungary, Romania, Germany, can I read also 7 languages, and I write Yiddish. I learned when I was 6 years. My father sent me to learn Yiddish.
And Rachel, when did you decide to come to Eretz Israel, to come to Israel?
That is the problem when I start. I was 2 years in Sweden, then I came with we studied to France, and I was a half year in France to wait for a year.
Were you with other children your same age as you? You were with other girls the same age as you? Other girls? Other children?
I went always with the Jewish. I went in Sweden in a not in a Jewish school, but after I left them, because my uncle was in contact with the rabbinate in Stockholm, Jakobson, and they make minke business that I will come here. And Rav Jakobson was once here in Ranana and looked me, but I wasn't home.
But
the wife was read to me, and there was a family that was here in 28 and went back from Germany, and not back to Germany, only to Sweden, and make there a fabric, and she, that I make mistakes, said that isn't, wait a little, don't go, isn't, that is very hard to live here. Yeah, and she was the reason also that I came. No, I had here. I know about my uncle before I know of my brother. Yeah, and I came here, and that was good for me in Sweden.
And when you were in France, where did you stay when you were half a year in France? Where did you live in France?
I'm living in a corner, but it's on when I went in Auschwitz, that was Hungary. And now, after the war, was Romania. That is, there are speaking many languages, Russian, and my father was in Franz Josef's time, and a soldier. That was the best time for the Jewish.
Sure.
And but only after 30 years I went to not to see my house. That was to see my in cemetery.
In cemetery. You wrote a diary when you were in. I'm just going to show the diary that you wrote. This is your diary when you were. Rachel, if you could show your diary, this is.
That is the author.
And you wrote it in Yiddish.
Only in Yiddish. But that is a half friendly. I sent a half with a teacher from Israel. Was coming, take a girl older than me and bring her. And the mother from him don't want. And they come to France to say us to buy and ask us if we have something very important they can take. They come with Averon and we come with Aliyah Beg. And we arrived to Kefrissin.
And this.
Yeah, that is here. Here we live. We was 60 girls from Sweden come, and they said they give us the best place for us.
And you went to Cyprus? You had to go to Cyprus? Kafrisin?
Da. No, Romania.
Was it because...
I was in Kafrisin, not much.
The British wouldn't allow you to come
The
inside?
British take us to Kafrisin.
It was before 1948?
Yeah, when I arrived here, the British was here. I arrived twice. In 47 and 48.
So you came in 47 and the British sent you to Cyprus?
And then I was in Kefrissin.
In Cyprus?
I came and the British army was still here.
How long were you in Cyprus? For how long were you in the camps in Cyprus?
In Kefrissin not much. 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah.
And then you came back?
Yeah. And here was still the English soldiers. And we arrived in a little ship with English chauffeur and Arabic. And
No, you're doing amazing. And when you arrived, did you arrive in Haifa? Did you go to Atlit?
We went to Haifa. In Atlit I have also, there. I wasn't in Atlit. But look,
and then
look, my, but look, they make pictures of that.
This is what you wrote. And where did you write the diary?
Then I write?
Yeah.
No, that I write after the war. I write in Marseille, and I put some words on another language. But here, look, I begin to learn English.
And there you wrote in English.
talk about that to learn English. Look how nice I write.
It's wonderful. And you did it in Hebrew as well, in Yiddish, in Yiddish, in Hebrew, in English.
Oh, stay there.
And Rachel, did you learn French? Could you speak French as well?
That was so. I was little dumb. That is not. That was. We learned there French, but a boy took me picture all day. All where I stay, he make me picture, and I make stop, and I don't more learn. And then after that, after I married, I went in Tel Aviv to the consulia of French. I wanted to learn it, but it was very not so good. I work. I am learn people to make.
And Rachel, this is such a beautiful picture. How old were you in this picture? How old are you in this picture?
Here, 60 years. 16.
And you're already you came to Eretz Israel. You're already in Israel.
Yeah, in school. In Mikveh Israel I was. I learned here in school in Mikveh Israel.
Mikveh Israel.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful picture. And Rachel, did you see your uncle? You met your uncle.
No.
When you came to Israel, did you got to meet your uncle?
Of course. But all street was closed. We couldn't go. And on my cousin came to visit. He was a soldier and couldn't go and to visit me. But I couldn't go to visit my uncle because the street was Otzer. You know what is Otzer? Closed. Here was until the English soldiers. Yeah, when I arrived, that wasn't Israel.
And they were still under the British mandate.
Yeah.
And eventually, did you see your uncle? Did you meet him?
Pesach. I arrived in Purim, and only on Pesach, and I see he haven't a so good life. The woman is dead, and he is with the children. I don't went to him. I went to the school to Mikveh Israel. You heard about Mikveh Israel.
But Rachel, when you met your uncle, was it very emotional? Were you very happy to meet him?
Yeah, but you know that in the time from the war was, we couldn't. I remember how I went to meet my uncle. I went so because from before Tel Aviv was from Arabic, no, איך קוראים לזה? איפה שירו
There was the war. There was the war of independence.
Abu
Kabir, yeah.
Yeah, and we went so we make, and then I have a cousin, and he was a soldier, and he take me to my uncle.
And let me ask, when did you first meet your brother?
After, oh, you know, I get to put the letter for my brother, but I get first from my brother, and he don't believe that I am still alive. He writes to my sister,
To Sarah.
and I couldn't, Sarah, and in Romanish language, Sarah, the sister, and I couldn't see that isn't Sarah, that is I. That was very difficult for me.
This picture here, this was in...
That is in Sweden, and in a hospital. He came to make me massage.
A massage, and here you are on the right.
And he wasn't that is another,
A Jewish girl?
a Jewish girl.
And the nurses were good to you. The Swedish were good to you. The Swedish people, they were good.
Oh, very, in this time, but not now.
Now it's changed.
Yeah, but not now.
Now it's unfortunately... So, Rachel, in Sweden...
That is the doctor, but asked me to go to the family.
This is the doctor that asked
He said, you need a little laugh, warm.
It was a very nice doctor, very special.
He speak Germany, and he said to me, you need a little warm.
To have a family, to have a love.
And when I...
this picture?
The Mora, the teacher, make me as and she wanted also to take me. And she asked from the family to give me a lot to eat with her lunch. Look, so, oh, she loves me so. She said, Rosie, don't write on Shabbat.
And how old are you, Vicha, in this picture? You're about 14.
That is my first
Wow, after the war.
after.
And how, are you around 14 years old in this picture?
In this, here I have a birthday. I don't remember. Here I have, look, here I have more. Here I haven't.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so special.
But and here she's going today and I make here that, and that I make for the brothers children.
You can see here the Swedish flag. There was a Swedish flag.
Yeah.
And in this picture,
You know, when it was something, I went to her in Hofesh, and not with the Jewish.
really,
I love her. Sei cantali.
do you remember her name?
Of course.
What was her name?
Ruth Lindgren. And that are no big that is when when we went to, after 30 years, I had a little money and we went at home. That was our home.
Was it emotional when you went back? Do you remember the home? You remembered it?
Yeah, but I don't go in.
Why not?
Because one of the neighbors said that lives in our house a professor, and he is drinking alcohol, and I was afraid. Look, that is the first meeting in France with my brother.
That's with your brother in your first meeting.
Oh, that is in Marseille.
How was that meeting, Rachel? It must have been.
I was in France, and he must, I tell you, he must go from our house because they don't want Jewish more. They want it all what we had, and he went to Österreich and lived there a year.
In Austria.
And now, he went to the.
This is an amazing picture. How old are you in this picture when you met him?
Maybe 60.
16, wow.
Maybe, and I don't remember precisely.
And Rachel, when you met your brother, were you crying? It must have been very emotional. It must have been, you hadn't seen each other for so many years.
That was Dave. That wasn't benzene there. And we get a little auto, and we haven't benzene until we arrived in Marseille to meet my brother. They helped me all. The friends there, we was together.
And where
I make from the.
Where did you meet him? It's a nice picture in the back.
He comes in Friday, Shabbat Abend. He went on the train and arrived Sunday morning and went in a hotel in Marseille, and that was funny that I don't remember how he said that I will come there, and I come there in hotel where he lives, and tomorrow we went to show Marseille, and he said a match of ball. You know what is a match? And I don't like that, but he wanted to say.
Wow. And Rachel, when you saw him, were you crying? Was it?
That isn't there in France lived, and I follow on the foot when I ran. I wanted that isn't lived, and it isn't Masgan, that France is so not so no good. That is an old hotel.
That was the shame. But Rachel, can I ask you, were your brother and you, did you become very close?
It was very close. He who write also, keep to write it is Sefer Torah, my brother also, you know, that, and give very sad palm. You know, see, he is also a little family of us. Ganz.
And Rachel, did your brother know what had happened to Rachel? You and your brother, you were very close?
Very, 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 very. You know how once here after the war, who writes, I love you, my wife, and that is my husband was.
Rachel, in these pictures?
There is picture, but I find after the war in Poland from my husband.
It's your husband's family. And Rachel, your brother, he wanted to come to Israel as well?
Yeah.
He always wanted to come.
He said, I'm not going to America. I will go with my sister. They are 5 brother and sister, the wife. And he said, if Elohim natan li matana,
if God gave me a present,
a sister, so a sister, I am not going in America. And now you know how big family they built here, and in America is nothing.
And here is your brother with a Sefer Torah? He did a Sefer Torah?
Yeah. You make.
And Rachel, you have such beautiful pictures. This is, you work very hard, and this is you working.
Yeah, I was a good worker, very good worker.
And you were happy in Israel?
Yeah.
You were very happy that you came?
No, I don't go to this not to my uncle and not to my brother. Once I asked my brother, what do you see? I'm going with, we haven't money. With, we are going not with money, we will tramping. We was young then, we went with tramping from the school. Mm-hmm. And I asked my brother, what do you see that? And he don't see nothing. He wasn't happy. No, but
and your brother?
You know, you see, then that was a religion school. We went, we saw, but not open. Mm-hmm. With gummi.
Oh, with
yeah, that was a religion school.
Wow. And Rachel, where did you meet your husband?
My husband.
Here's a picture of when you got married.
My husband had a friend, and he married with my uncle's daughter. And my uncle, he was alone. My uncle invited him to Pesach and so, and I was in the school, and I went also to Pesach, not to Pesach I went to my brother. And so he was alone, he haven't nothing. He worked so hard. Yeah, and that is my children. Yeah, we had
How many years were you married?
72.
72 years.
Yeah, that is a miracle.
72 years, wow.
That was in Lag BaOmer 72.
And where did you live most of the time?
Oh,
Where did you live? In which town?
in Ramat Gan,
In Ramat Gan.
54 years.
And your brother, where was your brother living?
No, in Rehovot.
In Rehovot.
Nobody, you see, they make me.
This is in the Knesset? This is back in the Knesset?
Yeah.
And then here's you with the president. And Rachel, did you ever go to Auschwitz? Did you ever go on Did you ever go back to Auschwitz?
I only visit Auschwitz. Oh, you know, they give me many.
When you went to visit Auschwitz, was it very difficult to go back?
But no, not alone. With people. Yeah, not alone. And in Auschwitz we couldn't go in another, only the place we are living.
And here's this is your family. Wow, I have to show your family.
Here is the family. They make me. I don't know how that makes my husband 19 years.
And this is when you were 90. Sure.
And
this is wonderful.
yeah.
Rachel, this is the Nakama. And the Nakama.
Oh, זה חתונה של נכד.
Oh, it's beautiful, Rachel.
אתה רואה, אין זהב.
You'll never wear zahav.
ראיתי זהב על הרצפה.
And Rachel, did you ever go back to Bergen Belsen?
I was some. I will not go.
You won't go?
No.
So, Rachel, I have to ask you, what message do you give to your children and the grandchildren and the future generations? What message do you give?
Good, better life, a good country, a good country, a still country.
Our country, Israel.
A good country, that is the best. We haven't another place, only here.
Only here. Sure.
Oh, how difficult it was to arrive, to come here. I could stay there, and I wanted to come here.
And your brother as well. Your brother wanted to come here also because of you.
Yeah, and now I say sometimes, look, but Baruch Hashem, you have here and what is in America.
Yeah. Well,
But
Rachel, I want to thank you. I am so grateful, Rachel. There are no words to thank you, Rachel. Your story is so harrowing, and it is so what you went through. There's no words, Rachel. You went through such such difficulty, such unbelievable traumas that you went through. You lost your parents. It's a miracle that with Mengele that your brother said, go back to your sisters. It was a miracle. Your life is a miracle.
It is a miracle what a little girl made.
And you survived.
This pen finger. Look, my hand.
Sure. Rachel, let these hands just be always a blessing. And from the bottom of my heart, I'm so grateful to you. If there are no words to tell you how much I appreciate being in your beautiful home, and from you just relating your story and being here, you are an incredible survivor. You're amazing, an example for all of us, for all of Am Yisrael.
I think that will be many people can tell about it.
But Rachel, I'm so grateful, and ein milim, there are no words to thank you. And you should just be well and have nachas from your dear family, and you should just be well and have all of Hashem's blessings, because you are a miracle. Thank you. Rachel, this is amazing. This is your... Ken, this is so special, Rachel. This is with your brother, that picture that you saw in Budapest. This is the picture of your brother. Wow. And here's on your wedding. And Rachel, you were amazing. But Rachel, can I ask you, what we did today, you feel it's important what we did?
נכון. טוב. טוב מאוד שאתה עושה את זה.
באנגלית? אפשר באנגלית? It's important.
I think you must continue to do to tell the new, that for the new generation. The new generation now is not ready to hear our problems, but you must continue to do that.
Rachel, thank you so much. And Rachel, this is so special.
We hope soon will be all right.
Please God, Bezrat Hashem.
Okay. Oi, אתה יודע כמה haven't not sisters, not brothers, and we live only with the pictures.
So this is the picture before. It's the only picture that you have.
That is the only picture that we have.
And this is with your brother in Auschwitz.
No, but my brother wasn't in Auschwitz.
This one, your younger brother.
The younger brother, yeah. Boy, that was so clever, child.
He saved your life, Rachel. He saved your life. Your brother.
Yeah.
He said, go to your sister. Yeah.
He came and bring me a little bread and said, be together with the sisters.
This is so special.
Yeah.
And here's your older brother. Wow. Yeah. Rachel, I am so grateful to you. Ein milim, there's no words to thank you from the bottom of my heart. This has been incredible, Rachel. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful, Rachel.
Yeah, and that but do how much you can, Rachel.
Well, Rachel, thank you so much. It's a mitzvah what you've done, Rachel.
To live in East Jerusalem. Don't go in the night alone.
Rachel, it's all good. Thank you so much, Rachel. You should just be well, and you know, these pictures, it's your life. This is your life.
I remember.